Hey everybody, Arsenal Fan Circle here. It's the Thursday night forum. We are back. It's been a few days. We're like Arsenal. We get a few days rest and then we have to put a good performance in. Right, Tony?
I'm always ready for a good performance, Ray.
All
That's what
right.
she said.
Yeah, listen, pull up a chair. You're all welcome here to the circle. And thanks for joining us, everybody, in the chat section. Hopefully it grows and grows. And listen, slap a like. If you're new around here, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help the channel. And if you like the fact that Tottenham got battered out of the FA Cup, slap that like button as well. Alonso, thanks for joining as well. And Gary will be joining us shortly.
Is he stuck on his Peloton? Can you not get off of it?
I know what the situation is, but I don't know if I can tell. Let Gary tell everyone when he joins
Something about potluck.
what took him so long to get to us. Reddy, thanks for joining us. Great to have you here, BX Gunner as well. In the North Bank, I was watching your video a little bit earlier as well. Check him out. Also over at our sister channel, he just beyond the Cannon Fodder TV channel, so go check them out as well. Yeah, no rock music, Tony. Getting right back into it. Hopefully, we'll have some rock music on Sunday. Um,
You just
to
save a
celebrate.
rock music for when I'm not around. You just don't like giving. You like me suffering through a final countdown.
Hello, Ray, Alonso, and Tony, and Gary will be joining, of course, soon. Uh, yes, why are you watching at 1:40 a.m.? Well, we have a lot of gooners over there. Maybe you're starting your weekend off with a little slice of Arsenal Fan Circle, a little slice of that pie.
Maybe they just have insomnia and like us.
Arsenal therapy in session. No, no therapy right now because we are going to keep on winning and winning. We're going to keep running and running. I titled the podcast "Run Arsenal Run," Alonso, just like Forrest Gump. We got it. We got to jump ahead of our rivals while we can.
Yep.
Alonso. So
Yeah. I mean, it seems like the easy game for us against Watford. It's a derby game, and Watford are a good team when they play us. For some reason, they always get us in trouble. It seems like every game, and they give us a good game. So, I think our issue has been in the past, especially this year, is that we either get the lower teams tend to play us tougher. So we put Arsenal tend to make it hard for themselves each every time against the teams that we should destroy. But we'll see what happens. I think that Watford gave us a good game.
Watford are going to give us a good game. They play a low block Tony. We struggled at home to them at the Emirates. Emil Smith Rowe scoring one of his 9 league goals. He's got 10 in total this season. So one of those young players we were hoping that is to hit the double digits. He
The
did
most efficient striker in the league, right? As we found out
exactly,
today.
exactly. On the same game, Aubameyang will be remembered for hitting the upright from about 6 or 7 inches out in that game. But yeah, what do you see? What do you expect to see on Sunday, Tony?
And like you said, they'll start up in a low block. We'll keep on. Hopefully, we keep on our attacking style, shooting 20 plus shots. We'll go at them. They'll be trying to get the victory. Maybe they'll try some pressing, which will open us up to fast counterattacks. Hopefully, we can put them away early and have an easy game. Should be an easy game, but you never know with a. It's like a box of chocolate. I'll go opposite of your
I hope Sar doesn't
Forrest
come
Gump
alive.
reference.
BX Gunner said, I hope Ismail Sar doesn't come alive against us. They've got some dangerous players. And ready. Listen, I forgot the rock music, but we'll get maybe we'll play out with some rock music at the end of the show. Oh, what a night! Ray and Tony wearing almost matching colors. Yeah, it's a little scary actually, Reddy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to think the same way as Tony. That's
You're both supporting Ukraine. Come on.
absolutely. We were both thinking that way as well. No Troy Deeney to fire out the fixture now. They do not look organized. United should have had three or four in that game last week. Alonso.
Um, yeah, I didn't watch the game or saw highlights of that game, and they got lucky to not score against enough to against Watford. I think Watford put up a good fight. Um, but any points dropped against United are good. It's a good day. So they fought to the end, and they didn't score any goals. So it kind of tells you that they can't score goals, but they could defend. So and they got a good goalkeeper. They have a they have a good goalkeeper. So like I said before, I think these games always are tough games, and I think that knowing Watford how they played against us in the past, it's not always easy. So we have to try harder to score goals and not miss so much this time.
I want to welcome Mr. Tom for joining us as well. We'll be getting into the Premier League upsets. We're going to talk about those a little bit later. A couple of other things we want to talk about the ticket prices really quickly. Alonso, what's your thoughts on the ticket prices? Arsenal raising 4%.
Yeah, I think that I'm not so sure who makes those decisions. Um, but I'm not surprised. Stan Kroenke, he always wants more. Um, and what other better benefit than the fans to come to games to buy for overpriced tickets? Maybe he sees that Arsenal are doing good again, and maybe that's the reason. But other than that, there's no excuse for that. I think that, especially the climate that we're in right now, I think that maybe he's trying to get some money back from the losses the revenue he lost during COVID. Whenever there were no players, no fans, no supporters in the stands, so you never know what goes on in his mind. But for every reason that happened. But yeah, I think that's the reason why. I think maybe he's trying to recover some losses during the COVID pandemic, and you know, maybe he sees Arsenal as a team on the rise again. So maybe that's the reason. But other than that, I don't know why.
Yeah, of course, Tony, you will always say be a little bit better with your transfer dealings. You could recoup 2 or 3 million easily on the transfer, recouping that money from players going out. We've had to pay some players to actually leave and get the squad in shapes. But
Yeah, since 2012, we've only sold two players that we made a profit on from the price we paid for them. Boy, my camera's doing a different weird pan there.
it's supposed to pan
Anyway,
on your face,
anyway,
not your elbow.
anything we did, something we didn't cover 2 or 3 weeks ago was they announced they're doing renovations and upgrades to the Emirates, replacing the Arsenal crest around the stadium and stuff like that. So now we know where the money's coming from. It's coming from the fans. Fans are funding the stadium improvements, would be my guess.
Yeah, I would say if you want the surroundings in the Emirates to look a little bit nice, you're putting your hand in the pocket of a regular Arsenal fan who um, times are going to be tough as well. The bills, heating bills, and all that good stuff due to what's going on in the world right now will not be uh, easy for to make ends meet for a lot of people. In the North Bank said probably not the best time to do it this season. Using the feel good factor to go into the Champions League, and then you can raise the prices then, Alonso. Um, Big up Ray, Tony, Alonso, and Gary will be joining as well. He's doing a little bit of cooking right now, I think. Don't forget the lack of cup games and season tickets means all season ticket holders will get a slight rebate or refund on that. Pepe needs to start keeping the momentum going. Hopefully, a newborn isn't too bad on him. Uh, yeah, exactly. I think that might be his second one now. And news from the Wolves game, Tony. He
I
did.
think it's his third, right? I think it's his third since he's been with us.
News that he contacted Mikel Arteta, said, "I want to be part of the Wolves game at 3 o'clock in the morning." You know? The other thing that's going on is what's happening over at Chelsea, Tony.
And can we talk about something that happened 20 years ago for a second?
Yeah,
The most beautiful goal in Premier League history. Little Dennis Bergkamp. Everybody just calls it the goal. It speaks for itself.
the goal against Newcastle.
Yep. 20 years.
A great piece of skill. Ball played into him by Perez. He flicks it to himself, rolls the defender, and side foots it into the corner of the net.
Beautiful goal.
Yeah, and
I don't know how you beat that one.
the 20th anniversary of that goal.
20th anniversary of that goal.
Hey, Ray. So, I saw when I was just messing around YouTube one day, and I just had it on, and I saw Dennis Bergkamp's Legends talk on AFTV, or yeah, Arsenal TV, and he talked about that, how he came to Arsenal, and how he came from Juventus, or not, it was it Inter Milan?
Which one? Theory on right?
No, Bergkamp. I saw Bergkamp. I saw both. I saw Henri's, I saw Bergkamp, and I saw Martin Keown. And did Bergkamp come from AC Milan or Inter Milan?
He came from Inter Milan.
All right.
Yep.
So he talked about all that, and he talked about that goal that took place against Newcastle, and he talked about coming to Arsenal, and he regrets not winning Champions League football when he played Barcelona, and it was just a good documentary, and really cool.
Mr. Tom is having some fun with Tony tonight. Go on, Tony. Type a response. There you go. Rise in season ticket price was always coming, especially after the pandemic loss. Yeah, so listen.
One more thing before we get to Chelsea, Ray. Little Vieira won his 18th straight FA Cup game. Looks like he's going to win his 19th straight.
I was actually going to talk about the FA Cup right now, Tony. So, yeah. Patrick Vieira.
Chelsea drew Everton, so it'd be 19 as a coach and manager straight. That's a pretty good achievement.
For who?
For Vieira, it'd be his 19th straight victory.
Yeah, and Chelsea drawing who?
I don't know who Chelsea drew. I said Crystal Palace drew Everton.
You said Chelsea. But Patrick Vieira, listen, it's a good stat to roll out right now, Tony, because Patrick Vieira, as good as he's doing, and we do hope he's going to go on and win the FA Cup, but that is going to be a long, big ask to go and win the FA Cup and to continue on that run. But yes, ending the Arsenal career with winning the FA Cup, the last kick of his career was a penalty against Manchester United, and Crystal Palace have won two ties now to get to the quarterfinals here, and they got a real chance, really, of progressing further. Tony, they're going to play either Everton or Boreham Wood. So let's just say it's Everton at this point in time.
Yeah, I would say it's be Everton. So that's like I said. He's most likely to get his 19th straight victory. That's a big achievement.
Patrick Vieira, I was thinking about this earlier. We haven't heard a whole lot from him, so he's actually doing a good job in a tough league right now.
And two players from Crystal Palace are in the top 10 of scoring accuracy.
Yeah. Crystal Palace will play Either Everton or Bournemouth won. They got a real chance to get to the semi final. Let's look at the other ties as well in that one. Who? So Southampton beat Tottenham 3-1. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. A great result indeed for Southampton, and they're going to play Manchester City at home. Alonso, Manchester City will fear Southampton. Southampton gave them a really good game in the league about a month ago.
Yeah, I hope Man City get destroyed, but I highly doubt that. I think it'll be a close game. I hope that Southampton have a good fight against Man City. I think Man City need to be brought down level, be brought down a level. Um, I think I think that yeah, I want Southampton, I want Southampton to win.
Yeah, yeah. And look, Alonso, what did you think of that handball incident at Everton? A nailed on penalty there. Manchester City are not playing really well right now.
I think it's kind of frustrating as a fan because you saw that happened to us against City, and we were so close to beating them, and we just fall apart. And it just takes a yellow card, two yellows, and a red card to dampen our spirits, and we lose that game late, and we should have drew at at the very least. And so I can see Everton's disappointment. I think the referees are clearly biased, unfortunately, and it's not fun being a football fan and seeing things like that happen occur all the time against City. I think that it's a shame. I think that Frank Lampard has every right to be disappointed. Because the referees failed Everton, and it's unfair. Um, if I were an Everton fan, I'd be Everton supporter, I'd be upset as well. So I think it's a shame. It really is that referees and VAR, ruined their chances for a win or draw. And I think that Everton aren't a bad team. It's just disappointing this year that they had a rough go at it this year, and hopefully they don't get relegated.
Uh,
It's
I,
really a shame.
yeah, I mean, I think they're a pretty poor team, but I don't think they're that bad that they're going to get relegated.
Hmm.
And Frank
But which one
Lampard,
do we think's more of a surprise? Everton struggling or Leicester struggling? Which one's more?
Everton.
Leicester struggling, and for me is more of a surprise from last season. Those Leicester players are sitting on winning that FA Cup, and um, Northbank said, yeah, it was ready. The rebate for season ticket holders means that the increase doesn't show till the following season. Mr. Tom said Middlesbrough made Spurs look like Bournemouth would. Leeds made Spurs look like Brazil. That goal already won me 140. I was slightly intoxicated at the back of the East End, and when the goal went in, I fell backwards with delight. Everton won 2-0. Spuds lost. Ray got lost. He was going to talk about Chelsea being for sale. And we'll get to that point. We have to talk about Chelsea and where that leaves them, the BDSs of the world, Tony. Um, Now we're in FA Cup land. Yeah, why not? We there's a couple of Arsenal stories here, especially in with Patrick Vieira. Stefan, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Stefan. Um, Average, why not is here? Average AFC season ticket price is 1,300. Cities is 850. Chelsea's 1,000. Man United 750. Spuds brand new toilet bowl 1,100. UEFA Champions League prices for Europa League team and Burnley type football the club is moving scandalous. Is that whatever you think about the football, it's just really the prices are too high, even for London. I'm shocked this the furthest Klopp has taken Liverpool in his whole time, and that's the thing, BX Gunner. Klopp really needed to sort of add a few more trophies to his legacy. If you just had um, a Champions League and the league after 30 years, would that be enough for one of their best sides in years, Tony?
What about him? I didn't hear the last part.
Are you here or you're in the chat section?
I didn't hear you. I didn't, my
Liverpool
sound cut
really,
out for a second.
Liverpool really needed to add a cup to their repertoire as well. You know, after 30 years, they've got one of the best teams in the land. But to get a Champions League and the league, it's no mean feat as well. But you wanted to get a few more trophies there as well.
Yeah, usually Klopp doesn't care about trophies. He went for the.
Shit.
He
You sure
doesn't
about that,
care about
Tony?
trophies.
You sure about that?
He doesn't.
And
No
did he
man.
play an under
Everybody's concerned
17
about
team against
trophies.
us and beat us 5-5 in penalties? Yes, he did. He
He
doesn't
does
care
care.
about it.
He
He
does care
cares
about
about winning
trophies.
the league. He didn't think he was going to win the league. So now he might be fielding a weaker team in the FA Cup. Won't surprise me. He
Now,
can
what
go
he's
win the
doing,
league.
Tony, he's using his squad. That's what he's doing. He
Yeah,
has,
he
he
can.
has to fight on four fronts, so he's using the squad. This is what we want Arsenal to be like this in 18 months from now. You know, fighting on four fronts, using Minamino stepping forward, scoring goals,
Yeah,
using Luis Diaz, the new signing, stepping
yeah.
forward, scoring goals. And then he's
Big
got
contrast to us that uses like 13 players.
what?
So it's a big contrast to us that uses 13
Yeah,
players.
yeah, I know, but we're on the ways to building. Wait, what? Mike Riley called Everton to apologize. Hope Arteta has 49 missed calls from him. Then it's the hypocrisy, really. Uh, I changed my underwear. Okay, taking a shower. One like that's from Mr. Tom, isn't it?
Yeah, that's from Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom still hasn't told me if he's wearing a wrestling shirt or not.
God, I hate Chelsea and their legacy fans. Okay, Alonso. We talked about Southampton. We talked about City. The other two legs, the other two ties.
Why do you always have to talk about two legs? Come on.
We want you to have two legs again. That's what we want for you. Alonso, Forest or Huddersfield Town? Against
Oh
Liverpool.
wow.
You know, ex Liam Cooper, ex Liverpool player. I would love if he comes through that tie with Huddersfield and faces Liverpool and knocks them out of the cup.
Yeah, seeing an upset is always good to see. Especially if you're an Arsenal fan, right? So yeah, I think Huddersfield. Where are they at in the championship?
They are like sixth or seventh in the championship. Diaz and Jota walk into Arsenal starting 11. Yep. Can't. I mean, they're good players and they would rotate probably, but I don't know if they would dislodge. Maybe they would dislodge Martinelli on the left and Saka on the right. Yeah, good shout.
I mean, who plays Huddersfield, Ray?
Huh?
Who plays Huddersfield?
Forest? Not in Forest?
Oh no, okay. So Nottingham Forest beat Arsenal, correct?
Yeah.
I think it's a good championship game to watch. Blah. And I think Nottingham Forest could they could put a shift in. Whoever they play, I think Liverpool quite a scare, and they play hard. So I like that guy, the left back, Jet Spence. He's a good player. I think Arsenal ought to get him.
Spence.
Is it right back?
Yeah, the right back. He's really showed up well. I think he's a loanee from Middlesbrough, playing for Nottingham Forest.
Right.
Stefan could be worse. I could be getting chased by Tony trying to find out what I'm doing.
Yeah, I like Jet Spence. I think he has a lot to the to Nottingham Forest. I think that he caused Arsenal a lot of issues when he played against us. So it'd be kind of a cool thing if he got him in the next transfer market.
Mr. Tom said he's typing. Look at him go. Well, I don't know how many words a minute he can do, Mr. Tom? Probably not a whole lot.
Who,
Gary
me?
is
Me or Gary?
you. You're the one who's typing. Hello, chat room from Gary. I will be on in a few minutes. Power substitution for Tony. Okay, just lay here. You good? Thanks, John Wayne, for joining. Uh, Tony is totally my
That's
favorite.
funny, dude. You get Howdy Pilgrim from Why Not? Then John Wayne comes in. Perfect.
Are you John Wayne? Is this me?
John Wayne's in the house again.
All right. Yeah, the last one then, Tony, is Borough versus Chelsea, and that'll lead us nicely up until up to Abramovich and talking about him selling the club as well. So a little word about Balogun. He hasn't really impressed for Middlesbrough. He hasn't scored at all. Is that kind of worrying for Arsenal from an Arsenal point of view?
It's a little worrying, but we did it to ourselves. He should have been loaned out last season. We totally had a year wasted playing in the under 23s. There's Gary.
Hello, people.
Did you finish dinner up?
It wasn't dinner. It was something for a potluck. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. And then like whatever, like an hour ago, she's like, you ready, right? I was like, oh, okay. So
You're like Arsenal. You're like Arsenal on the opening day of the season, Gary.
basically, yeah. Well, no, not like that.
Not prepared.
Hello, everybody in the
prepared.
chat. Sorry, I'm late. Hello, Ray.
You
Alonzo,
missed Mr.
Tony.
Tom's last comment, right?
Oh,
I've just had the most difficult 23 minutes of my life with Tony.
oh, well, yes, yeah. 1 minute is too much, right?
I mean, Gary get along just fine on Mondays. I don't know what the
Hey,
deal is,
Mr.
right?
Tom, I could have sworn, Mr. Tom, you said Tony was totally your favorite. These are like your kids, Tom. You have to lie to them, huh?
Fuck you, Tom.
Hello, everybody. See, why not sediment, Mr. Tom, Riddy, Stefan, John Wayne, Bix Gunner. Oof, who else we got? Oh, I said Lolo. Or is it? Liam was in the house earlier, or he's still around? Anybody else? Is that it?
Let me scroll through back up here.
I think that might be it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Look, Gary, we were just basically talking about the FA Cup and the draw for the FA Cup. Did you get the pairings? We'll go through them quickly.
Is this the one we're not in?
Yeah, it's the one we're not in, but Patrick Vieira is
First
in
time
it.
we haven't been in any cup this time of year.
Tottenham's not in it. It's okay.
32
We
years.
don't care about them.
It's okay to laugh at Tottenham going out.
Yes.
Gary, do you prefer hosting Ray or being his guest?
Ooh. I like both anyway. So you know what? I like both. So yeah, I like both. Now I don't have to sit back and let people talk. Now I can just butt in and then Ray can handle that part of it.
So yes, speak a little bit.
You guys gonna have round 2 from Sunday?
Speak a little bit about so Gary, when you're hosting, you got to do a little bit of preparation, right?
Yeah, I do a little prep just so I know what I'm going to talk about. I do that pretty much every show usually. Mm-hmm. I put down some notes of things that are going on in the football world. So if I have something to say, I can talk to that. If somebody's already talked about something, so I'm trying to be original as much as I can. So yeah.
And then the difference is on the other side, you have to be ready for the question that's coming at you, right?
Yes.
So
also, you have to make sure I have the right, a panel or a guest. Usually Tony's around and Matt's around.
I'm always around, Gary. You might send me
true.
Link a little late.
Yeah.
Northbank said Balogun has played 8 games with 2 assists. So we're talking about Balogun, Gary. Right. How do you feel about his loan period so far? 10 games, no goals, but 2 assists.
They got him starting, and I know I believe he's creating some kind of distraction or creating a threat. So, they wouldn't keep him in there, I don't think, but they're scoring around him. So he must be creating some sort of. He's bringing some of the defense to him, and you saw the move. Did you see the move he made over the weekend? I think it was right. He kind of took. Who did they just beat?
Tottenham.
Yeah, he took their is it right back, and basically left them standing basically. So, you know what? He's getting experience, and they keep playing him, starting him. So they obviously like what he brings, and that's what you need. He needs to get game time. Just like with our youngsters, right? We bring them in, they're just not ready, not all the way there. So,
So
but
listen, here's the thing, Gary. It's either Tony versus Gary, or it's Ray versus Gary.
I
I don't
know
know.
which
I
one
don't
I
know. I
like
don't know why
better.
you guys attack me like that.
I didn't know
Playing-
me. I
playing
didn't know
innocent.
me and Gary fought. I just thought we had nice heated discussion.
There's a family. It's a family discussion, but from the outside, it looks like we're going back and forth, right?
Yeah, but you and Ray definitely went back and forth
Yeah.
someday.
The key thing to look for Tony is when he goes like this. He's about to go ballistic.
What's Alonzo doing? Is he eating?
No. We're letting you get caught up a little, get settled
Oh,
in.
okay. Yeah.
Stefan said they've messed around with the tradition of the FA Cup so much they should be ashamed of themselves.
How do they mess it up, or how do they change it? I mean, I
I
don't.
mean, it's been minimized. The cup competition is still there, but it's just been minimized throughout the years, I believe. Maybe that's what Stefan is talking about. Breaking news from Mr. Tom Alonso is my favorite. I'm waiting for the post where he says I'm his favorite.
Is that because I talk less, Tom?
That'll be Tom. You talk more sense than Tony. That's why.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Ray's poking the bear there.
Hey, Ray, is that because you're getting a Jocko, right?
Keyword.
Ray, you wanted to keep on script. You better keep your mouth shut.
There we go. See,
Borough,
this is what you guys started here.
Borough versus Chavsky is going to be interesting. The other one is Southampton versus City, Gary. Southampton are a team who they will go after City.
Yes. Yeah, they have nothing to lose, right? And they've seen what you can do if you put a little bit of pressure on them. They will wilt a little bit. So you got to surprise them, and then go back into your shell, right?
Which,
Hey, Ray, I have a question.
yep.
Is that coach to their right from Southampton?
Hassan Hoodle.
Yeah, Hasenhüttl. Okay, so remember whenever they lost to, was it Leicester? Like, was it 9-0?
Leicester 9-0, yeah. Man United 9-0 also, I think, right?
So was it a coach then too, right?
Yes.
Man, that guy has done a great job with that team.
Yeah.
And it's kind of good seeing Southampton do well, and stay up. I never really I never disliked them. So it's good to see a team that came from championship and stay there, right? So fair play to them. Is Dale Walcott on that team?
Theo's in there, yeah, but he's not
Okay.
getting starts. And we may have an opportunity not to like Southampton when Arsenal goes there.
Right.
Let's keep that in the back of our mind as well.
They're always a tough team to play against.
Yeah. That's going to be one of the tests that's going to be very difficult this season. Where do we start, Gary? Games on different days, no traditional kickoff time for the semifinals or final, times of the draw, etc.
You know what they're doing. You know what happens, right? It's all about the money,
TV
right?
dollars.
As soon as the leagues take money from the TV stations and all of that, it's out of their control. So see, either they take the money or they don't, and it doesn't make any sense not to take the money. But eventually, like you said, you lose all of the starting times. I mean, I think now there's like these early games for no reason, right? Games on extra, on these additional days when you don't really need to do it, just because they want to get their TV dollars back. So Yeah. You sign. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Tony, 25 minutes after Ray was going to talk about Chelsea being on the auction block, and we still are not there. What a pilot. I don't leave anyone behind. I circle back and pick up the stragglers.
Yeah. I mean, what's your problem, Tony?
Ray gave me the script. We're supposed to stay on it, and we're not.
Do you hear what he just said? You gonna leave me hanging? Is that what you said?
You were going to leave Gary hanging?
You guys took off and left me. Had to come back to the gate and pick me up, and let's go back. We'll continue on. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there.
I could have swung out of the plane and picked you up while.
Yeah. We still got to turn around.
Not to turn around.
He wanted to keep going. He wanted to leave you home alone, Gary.
Yeah.
You know, what a guy! What a co-pilot!
I'm not a co-pilot. Alonso is.
Southampton is like the Brazilian cockroach, Mr. Tom. LOL. So Hassan Hoodle has done a good job, and to lose 9-0 twice and still be able to, G up your team. That's something about man management there with Hassan Hoodle, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think versus City you're not going to be out of that tie.
I can't believe you skipped Reddy's comment, Ray. Yeah, I'd make check one.
Huh?
Reddy's comment.
This one. I put that in. I put that up.
It must have been quick.
It sure was. It sure was. The FA Cup should happen at 2 a.m. on a special pitch built on the moon.
Imagine if he wasn't sober. If that's what he does when he's sober. Imagine when he's had a couple.
Hey, listen, respect to all of you who are up at 20 past 2 on a Friday morning from the UK. Respect.
Yeah.
I respect that. At least, most of all, because you're here. Big up, Mr. Tom. Just clarifying about Balogun, 3 of those 8 games he was on the bench. He needs a full year after this, so 18 months in loan football, and then hopefully he will be more ready for the level.
Yeah, you know what? That's good, and it's good. But also, if you think about it, I guess there's only one Saka, right? There's not too many Sakas that come around that never have to go out on loan. So,
yeah, a player to go straight from the academy into the team. That's a good player.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they do that, but I have a feeling they're going to go cheap. I mean, or cheap or lazy, as I like to say, as far as strikers go. So, and you know what lazy means, right? Lazy means one of the 2 we got now are staying.
It's possible.
And then, then they might go and spend big on one striker.
Yeah. Balogun has had a crap loan. Send him to Eredivisie.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I mean, I know he's sat. What, he's 3 of the 8 he was on the bench. So that means the other 5 he's playing, right? That's got to be okay. That's more than he's done in the last year and a half. So
yeah. I mean, we would want to, after 10 games, there's a settling in period if you're going to make excuses or whatever. But he would need to start making an impact and hitting the back of the net pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Till the end of the season.
True.
Gary,
I saw Maitland-Niles is he's coming back. Yeah. They don't want him.
Yep. Our loans have not been very good recently. Let's get back on track then. As per Tony, I want to talk about Chelsea. What's going on over at Chelsea, Gary? Abramovich wants to sell up.
Abramovich wants his money before it gets taken away from him. So. Yeah.
Or does he want to share it with his oligarch buddies?
No, I think what does he want to share it with them for?
They're all in it together. They all coerce.
If he wanted to share it, then why did he say, you know what, I'm going to write off the loans? That makes no sense. Why wouldn't you want to share $5 billion as opposed to $3 billion? I mean, I don't know.
Still money. Lots of money, Gary.
I mean, he should get his money, all of his money back. But yeah, I think he wants to get out quickly though. That's just It's like,
You can probably see the writing on the wall, and over there, Boris Johnson can't, hold back what's going to happen eventually. Hopefully,
that whole thing is ridiculous in the sense that now all of a sudden they want to look at the behavior and the relationships of the owners
uh,
the teams.
change the subject, quick, change the subject. We better move on.
Oh, brownies.
Brownie woke up in Dubai. Yay.
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean. Like now there's a problem. It wasn't a problem before. Like I mean,
Hmm.
when we talked about KSC and some of their dealings. They're not at the same levels, but they still are pretty.
Well,
it's not a.
Newcastle's are pretty high up there, but
No, I know, but I'm just saying like there are levels to it. So what do you want how do you want your owners to be perceived, right? And if you're okay with it, because they took the money, they must have got money for it. That's why they're in a situation. This is, what, it's all perception. If they're okay with it because of the money, and as soon as it looks like their money's it's gonna be a money problem, then all of a sudden they make these changes, right?
Where will Chavsky go after? What's going to happen to Chelsea now, Gary?
They'll be just like any other club, man. They just have to make sure they have the right manager. That's all. I mean, that's the only difference. I mean, people say look at Liverpool and Klopp. They don't have these exorbitant,
Hmm.
transfer business, transfers going on. It's for me. It just means that if there's a good manager out there and he's coming into Premier League, he's worth double now. That's all it
Yeah,
means, especially for clubs like a Chelsea who are operating on, with a blank check,
so
yeah,
we'd
right?
have one less member of a BDS club.
yeah. Tony, Chelsea are going to become less of a plastic club, and they're going to have to become more of an organic club and do due diligence, do things the right way, be able to fund their own transfers when needed.
Are we sure of that?
No, not sure of anything in football. That's why we have
There's
podcasts and we
there's
talk
still
about it.
another Qatari group that wanted to buy us. Now they might go in and get Chelsea.
I think that was a tease, Tony. I don't think they were really serious about that because if that was the case, then the Conquers would have already buzzed already.
Cronkies aren't going to sell. I mean, they've just
Right.
what they put in. They haven't even put in $1 billion, and their team's worth like two, three times as much, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're not gonna. They're not
I,
gonna.
I
And
have, why would
and
you
the
sell at
Emirates
the
is worth a
point?
ton.
Why would you sell at the point when the
And
team is
Highbury.
starting to grow? It's only going to start growing. The investment's only going to start growing.
Yeah, and the Super League talks are starting to ramp up again. That's just more money in a pot. So no, I don't. They're not. This is why you have to look at your owners and think about long term, not just like the short term, whether it's worth it. So
Until
yeah,
why
yeah.
not say until CFC get an owner like Arsenal, they will continue to run London.
Mhm.
The sale won't happen quickly. No bank wants to get involved with Russian oligarchs, especially if the money from the sale goes back into Russian hands. He has turned everything over to that charitable organization, though.
Yeah, and I think if that money, supposedly there's a Swiss, some interest from somebody in Switzerland or whatever. So supposedly,
A Swiss bank, a nice clean Swiss bank. Is that what it is?
I guess I don't know.
The lawyers, I mean, this is probably a legal loophole. The charitable organization. The assemble is back. Good to see you back, mate.
Yeah,
Do you think that Arsenal need to send players to loan clubs that will develop them? Remember Gnabry? He went to West Bromwich Albion and was written off.
I think going to loans, it's all about the player. Borgia went to a team and could just assume not. I mean, everybody's talking about him, right? And that's because he's performing. It's not. So I have a feeling it's all about whether they can perform, and they might need more time. I mean, I think the thing that I notice is that we don't give the players enough time. So then we put them on loan. They haven't really been playing much, and they need to go somewhere they're going to play all the time, regardless of whether they're having a good day or not. And nobody wants to do that. So I think it's partly on the player. The player's going to have to want it, right?
Yeah. Is Mr.
And
Tom wanting Arsenal content, or I'm wondering where he's coming from this. Is this just an observation, Mr. Tom, or is Arsenal your second favorite team? Let us know.
Let us know now.
To be fair to
what do
Roma,
you want to talk about Arsenal? What's more is there for us to talk about for Arsenal? Play Watford, we should beat Watford 3-0, and we move on. All right. What else is
we
there to
do
talk
we
about?
do have a certain amount of time to devote to Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
If Chelsea get a new owner, they'll have to operate like us.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you'll find out soon
football,
enough if
football.
Tuchel is a good coach, because you know what, you know. But I mean, I think he's working with what he's got, and Lukaku seems like a waste, right? So
Alonso, did you see the Tuchel interview earlier in the week where the
Call him his real name. Come on. Call him Tommy
Thomas
Tickle.
Thomas
He's
where
Tommy
you at?
Tickle here. Come on.
This is not your question.
It's Tommy Tickle.
This is not your question. This is for Alonso.
I'm just saying you got to say his name right. No matter
No,
what his
I
name
don't
is.
have to. No.
He's
No,
Tommy
no.
Tickle here. You're gonna make Stan, man.
Me and Stan are in good terms, so you'll make Stan mad. Um, Alonso, it seems to me that Arsene Wenger would have dealt with this type of situation with class. Remember Arsene Wenger? He was always able to eloquently talk about situations that were not necessarily football situations. And all we see now is coaches shying away, not wanting to talk about these situations.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I think if you support the club right, um, then you have right to know.
Tony's drone.
I can't, dude. Um, as football fans, right? When we support a team, we have. I wouldn't say we have a right to know what's going on, but we fans kind of deserve some clarity. And I think Arsene Wenger didn't call anyone out. He just did things that he thought that were classy. And I think that what's going on with Chelsea is just kind of a mess. And it could be worse. You could have Uzunov as your owner, and it's almost like you're having like lesser two evils, where
Yep.
Uzunov can be our owner, and we could be the ones dealing with it, and not Everton, right? So whenever you put in a perspective, um, that whenever the takeover happens with Arsenal, Arsene Wenger was neutral about it, and rightfully so. I think that there's kind of loyalty towards the prior ownership and shareholders, but then he didn't say anything about Kroenke and at the time Uzunov. So I think that you're right. He did handle it with class, and I think it also comes with the fact that a lot of these coach managers are younger as well. So there's that as well.
Yeah. And they're just not. They're football people, and Arsene Wenger was able to maybe hold conversations, Gary, on a higher level, outside of football as well, and show more of a humanic with humanity, show more of a humanity about himself.
who did?
Wenger.
Arsene Wenger.
Oh,
Why not
mm.
said? I think most Arsenal fans was jealous of Roman's ownership in comparison to the deadbeat that runs Arsenal like an investment firm.
Yeah. But you know what? We say that all the time, right? But then it's not like we haven't spent a lot of money, and it's not. I think, for Arsenal, and as I've said this over multiple times, they need to spend big somewhere. They spend big on their players now, or we've seen them spend, over time they've done it. But we need somebody,
Uzmanov would have.
a director of football, a manager, coach, somebody in the board that is really good. That is like when we talk about Arsenal, like that's Arsenal. That's what we need, right? We don't have that. Okay, everybody is new, has never done it before, doesn't have any history doing this type of work. So that's the problem. I mean, that's on the owners not being ambitious and going out and getting the best manager, the best director of football, right? Somebody who can actually buy and sell a player, regardless of whether they're good or bad. I mean, the perception is you come to Arsenal, we'll give you a discount right now. You can't be like that,
We'll just
right?
loan them out perpetually.
That's
Now
got to
we don't
change.
even sell players. We just buy them. We buy out their contract or put them on loan forever.
Yeah.
We're done
As,
selling players.
As much
Aziz,
as they wanted to get rid of Guendouzi, letting him go for that amount is criminal. I mean,
bad.
you're basically throwing money out the door, and then saying, you know what, that's all we could do, and that's not true.
At one point, its
It's
value
not
was
true.
50 million.
It's not even a
50
15.
million.
It's just not. It's not 9. Is the problem,
But
right?
50 million.
Mavropanos. What is he? He's like. I mean, it's 20 million for those two players, and they're both like starting and you know showcasing, and their performances are really good. We're getting nothing for them.
But
You know,
Well,
Guendouzi was worth 50 million under
yeah,
Emery.
would you have sold them at that time, Tony?
Who? Guendouzi?
Yeah, for 50 million.
No,
Would
I
you?
love the kid. I thought he
No,
has a high ceiling.
you'd still be complaining. You wouldn't have sold them then.
No, I wanted to
So you
sold
don't
him.
have a right to talk about if he was worth 50 million because you wouldn't have sold them then.
I know, I'm just saying it's criminal, like Gary's saying, to sell him for what we're selling him for.
It's like saying Saka is 80 million, and this is the best price we're going to get for him, so we might as well sell him now. That's what you're saying, pretty much.
Pretty
Right.
much.
You know what? They might not have a choice.
Yeah.
They might not
In
have a
a
choice.
couple of years. In a couple of years.
It
all
might be this year. We're not in Champions League. ESR, Saka.
It's all
No,
slightly more. That can you turn off that like self-centering thing? It's really
It's going nuts tonight. I don't know what
freaking
we're
me out.
doing with it.
It's is your
Hold on a
stomach
second.
gurgling or something? It's zoning your
I
stomach.
don't know what the fuck the deal is with it. Hold on.
It's all sliding doors. Don't forget, before
God.
Abramovich bought Chelsea, he asked about Arsenal, but was told by a crap Swiss banker.
There, we fired the cameraman, Ray.
It looked like a drone, actually.
Hey, put that up where Assemble said
Assembled.
about Uzinov or Abramovich.
That one.
About the bank. What happened? No, about the bank, about the Swiss bank. What happened?
That was in the North Bank, right?
No, it was the one that he tried to get Chelsea, but the bank something happened.
Yeah, it's right there.
All right, okay.
Got my hand on the controls. Just gotta tell me which controls. Put it up.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, so Gary, we're in a unique position in the league, right? Let's talk Arsenal now, right? Don't roll your eyes. We're doing well.
I'm saying, yeah, go ahead, let's do it. I actually wasn't doing anything. You want there to be something. See everybody.
No, I'm just.
He just wants to fight. I mean,
He
went straight for the low blow, Gary. Straight for the low blow.
Gary,
uppercut. He just went straight for the low blow.
We're in a situation here where we got to run. We got to run now while the going's good. We got Watford, we got Leicester, Liverpool, Villa, Palace, all winnable games.
Yep.
And look around our rivals, Man United, this weekend. They play City away from home, Spurs, and Leicester. West Ham have to play Liverpool, Villa, Tottenham, and Everton. And Tottenham have to play Everton, West Ham, United. So we're in a situation right now where we have to get as many points as quickly as possible.
And all those teams have European football to worry about.
True. And we don't.
No cups, No
my
European
God.
football.
You know what?
No fucking
It
excuses.
doesn't matter because if we drop points, then it doesn't really matter. So we can't. I don't think we can even. I don't care, and we shouldn't really care what everybody else is doing. We need to win the games that we have in front of us. I mean, what we have. Is it four? Those are four matches, right? With Liverpool in the third game. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. I'll put it up here for you. Watford, Leicester. So we play Watford away from home. Get a great chance here if we can get 3 away points. We go
Yeah.
back home to Leicester and Liverpool, which will
Yeah.
be tough games in
So
them.
we played Wolves away at home. Is Wolves away
Mhm.
worse than Watford away?
No, not at all. I believe we are going to go and win 3-1. I'm going to predict 3-1.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, Watford, Leicester, and Villa are games we need to win, right? Liverpool, we need to perform, and we need to play like we did, like we can, and maybe
Yeah.
steal one. But that is those 3 games in a row. What is it? 6 in 6 days. We've got 3 games,
Leicester,
right?
Liverpool,
So
Villa.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be tough to win, but we should already be set to win that, and that's all going to come down to depth. And if any of our players get a knock, that's going to be a problem. But yeah, no, we got to win our games. We win the game, right? We win the game on Sunday. That puts us in a good position because we're hoping, you're not hoping, but we're expecting United to fall to City, but City is known to struggle with them. So
Yeah.
there you go. So I see
Uh,
Darren has joined us, right?
yeah.
What's up, Darren?
Anything can happen. Of course, this is why you play the games. With Arsenal, we do seem to struggle with the top teams, so this is why we need to take advantage
Yeah.
of an easier schedule.
Yeah.
Watford away from home, and Leicester are having their own problems. We're hoping Leeds can soften up Leicester, or maybe the other way around. Leicester can have their way with Leeds, but not with us.
Yeah, I personally would like to give teams the loss. I don't care what they do around us, right? Right now, wins against these teams are better for us than them losing and us not doing what we're supposed to do because we are still trying to we're still behind on points and goal difference. Well, points, right? So we need to win this, and if we win it, I think it puts us a point ahead of United if they lose. So
Yeah, we're back in sixth place right now. I'm not unhappy with the position that we're in because those 3 games in hand hide our position a little bit. Like we're like ready to ambush West Ham and Man United. Maybe,
so think about those games in hand.
yeah,
We could be in the same point situation.
yeah, yeah.
So the points in hand
The
don't really
games in
mean
hand.
much because those are potential games that we could lose all 3 points. So
I get that. I hear what you're saying, but look at Man United. They've got similar tough games as well, and one of them is coming up.
yeah,
On
that's why we have to win the games that we're supposed to win.
Yeah,
Because if we do that, then the games in hand mean absolutely nothing.
yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
they're just bonuses to push us further ahead of them. So yeah, we got to win this weekend, and like I think Arteta said it. Every game is a cup final. So if we play like that, good. Get our get
So
the 3 points, get out of there.
if results go our way, West Ham have Liverpool away from home. So Liverpool going for the title here. They're in some ways they're playing a lot better than City right now. They could stop West Ham from winning. We
Mhm.
could potentially jump on Sunday from sixth to fourth place again.
Yeah.
You know, and then the pressure is going to mount a little bit, Tony. Young players with that expectation being realized.
Yeah, I think we're up for it.
You think? Yeah, I think they're up for it as well. We got young players, hungry players. The players that we've bought in the summer have, in some many ways, transformed our season. The likes of Ramsdale and Ben White, Tomiyasu.
Yeah, I thought all those 21 to 25-year-old players would gel together and do better against Liverpool and United earlier in the season. Now they have since we changed captains. Gabrielle said the captain wasn't a problem. It was between the coaches and a boomerang and not the players. And
Hope and Pray FC says, why not? I think all the fans of the teams who are going for top four, Man United fans are hoping and praying as well. West Ham are definitely hoping and praying. Um, where is Max? Max is sleeping right now. He's been studying really hard for a test. Maybe he's had the test. Maybe he's.
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, he's not as, let's just say he's not as manly as Mr. Tom. Coming up and hanging out with us over here, us Americans over here. I guess, yeah.
United have a
So
decent record at the Etihad. They might get something there.
yeah,
Dead on ready. Definitely. We need to be ruthless and go for as many points as possible. Only Liverpool would give me pause. And like you said, Gary, we want to see performance, but maybe one of these big games, Arsenal need to maybe do something in one of these big games toward the end of the season, whether it be United, whether it be Liverpool, whether it be Chelsea.
yeah. I saw Mr. Tom's comment there. Now, I think a lot of people are thinking that United could steal one and could steal some points there. So it's not and the city is they're not. They are. It isn't. Games are won on the pitch, right? So on their day they can be beat. I mean, if that team can beat them twice, right? Any team can beat them, right? So.
Okay, wanted to talk a little bit about formations and Lacazette and Granit Xhaka. Well, first I want to do.
no, right? He hasn't improved. He's still shit. We bypass him. End of
Mr.
story.
Tom said, "I am a man. I am a man." We're gonna do a little exercise called over under. I think Tony, you're the first one. You're the best one to start. You're the best one to start with, Tony.
I can't wait for this.
Tony, over under for. We're gonna do the red cards first. Arsenal red cards for the remainder of the season. I'm setting at 1.5.
Over.
Yeah, that's the scary part, man. That is the scary part.
15 in 2 years. We're due for 2 more.
You sure you don't want to think about it?
I don't want to think about it.
All right, Alonso, over under 1.5 for red cards. Any Arsenal players?
You mean all the Arsenal players,
all
right?
the Arsenal players.
I say over.
All right, I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna be ballsy. And
Of course you are, right?
You know what? I was going to do that too, Ray. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like we can't afford it. And
of course we can't afford it, but look who we're going to put out there. We're going to put Zach out
This is how
there.
I bet sometimes. I'm betting this one under. You might get one, but I don't think we're going to get two. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. 14 games left, Gary?
Yeah.
I believe we have been very harshly dealt with by the officials, and I believe that's likely to change. I also believe the players need to be disciplined and must know that they have to be disciplined, and I believe that's going to help us being disciplined. And one red card could be a bad decision from a referee, yes. But I think we'll get out with just less than 1.5 for the remainder of the season.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm probably betting with my heart, but yeah.
All right, cool. Gary goes along with me. I'm gonna answer the second over under. So then Gary, you can either agree with me or disagree with me. Lacazette, Alexander Lacazette for the remainder of the season in 14 games, will he score more or less than 4.5 goals? I'm going more. I believe Lacazette will start scoring goals, and he'll get 5 goals or more in those 14 games.
I'm going to say less because I think goals are going to come from other places that are more realistic based on what they can do. I think Pepe needs to be the one that steps up and starts scoring more. So Gabriel will get there. I don't think we might be putting too much on him to expect him to do it right now, but Pepe needs to be the one that I think needs to make up for those goals that were lacking.
BX Gunner is going for 6. I was going to go to. Do you want me to go to Alonso first, Tony, or do you want to answer Lacazette?
I'm ready to answer. But I have a question first.
Oh no, the hands went up. People,
Are
everybody.
we keeping the formation, Ray? Are we keeping Lacazette playing as a midfielder?
We didn't. He didn't say. He just said goals, buddy. When you go
He
to
brought up formations.
Here we go.
Formations was a topic. Then he goes to.
That's
he told you what
coming. That's coming.
He told you what the bet was.
You
When you
mentioned one thing and you go somewhere else.
When you go to Las Vegas, you don't ask. They don't tell you. Well, the formations. This
Ray
thing,
is not David Copperfield. Come on,
Tony. Gary and Alonso know what I'm talking about. So
you mentioned formations. That's what I was asking. Is he they keep
You
playing
don't
where
remember
he is?
anything. You remember that. What's going on, Tony?
I pay attention.
Are you voguing? All right.
I'm waiting for you to answer my fucking question. That's what I'm waiting for.
There is no formation part of it.
There's no formation part of it. He's a striker. Alexander.
He's not being played as a striker. Under.
There you go. We finally got it. We finally got it out.
Under. Okay.
Right.
So
that was Ray's fault. He went with the fucking formation.
You went under. Tony went under. I'm going over. I believe Alexander Lacazette. He's getting closer and closer. I think he's actually going to score on Sunday as well to start us off, and it'll be a little bit of fun to see if he gets 5 goals or more by the end of the season.
I want him to, but I don't think he's going to.
So, this is what everyone tunes in for. Here we go. The big fight will be waiting all night.
Is Lonzo doesn't get to join
us?
Oh,
he does. Yeah, he does. Lonzo, 4.5, over or under?
So we're going over. I think that Lacazette always tries hard. He always gives us. Lacazette's strength, in my opinion, is his ability to play, a link-up play as well. So yeah, I think that he's destined to score more goals. I think he realizes what we expect of him.
Over or under?
He already
getting all in his business. Let him finish what he has to say.
Yeah.
Tony, you go on and on, Tony, about
leave the man
stupid
alone.
Stuff, man.
Tony.
Jesus Christ.
Tony.
Okay. So I'm going over because I think that he's destined to score more goals. I think that the team realizes that he needs to do more. He's been trying, so I think that he's going to do his best. I think the second half of the season, continuing to do so at least.
Alonso, I heard your first answer, and you should not be made to repeat yourself by Tony. Yeah, we all heard over, Tony.
Thanks.
There you go.
Tony. I mean, can I not talk as much as you do, Tony, or
what? This is becoming a drama channel. So, Stefan. All right, Tony, this is your you wanted to get to the formations. Here we go.
You bring it up and you fucking change it.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's talk about Chelsea. Then let's talk about the FA Cup instead. Yeah.
There go the hands. See what you did, Ray?
Ray wanted to keep on this fucking script and he's flipping it constantly. You're a shit movie director, Ray.
Tony, isn't it? It's not even late over there. Come on, dude. Everybody.
Gary, do you believe Tony's acting erratically?
No, this is just Tony.
My spine hurts. I'm ready to go.
Oh, that part might be true. So, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
There you go.
I always take the last answer.
He's probably really tired now.
Don't take the first answer.
Mr. Tom, wake up.
It's like when somebody's drunk. Do you really believe what they're saying or not?
Yeah.
Stefan has it correct there.
What? The drama channel?
No.
Going to get Tony stoned one day.
That wasn't my one before that.
I know you're missing it. You're like skip over.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Which one?
Tony needs a spliff and some Pink Floyd. That one.
All right, there you go.
Everybody's welcome to meditate.
See, Mr. Tom's comment came in right after that, and I was like, "Oh, something about Ray. All right, we got to show that."
All right, people, stop talking about Ray.
They're talking about medicating me.
I see Betis got to the final of the Copa del Rey last night. There, Ray again. See, Pellegrini has done wonders at that club. My tip for the Europa League too.
So he thinks Betis is going to beat out? Isn't like who's in the Europa League now? Isn't it
West Ham, Leicester.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Can we get to this hot button topic of formation?
Yeah, formations. Gary, you want to start us off with formations? So, what we've noticed lately is Partey anchoring midfield and Granit Xhaka playing ahead of him to the left side and Erdegaard to the right. And it seems
some of the time.
It looks good, right?
It's working. Yep. Yeah. Well, as they said, you keep it. You push Xhaka further away from the goal. He has less opportunities to have to defend in dangerous areas. So, and it seems to be working.
Yeah.
So why not?
With Granit Xhaka drifting into that left back spot was always going to be a weak point in our armory.
So and it's so once again it's almost like we are catering to some of the players. I mean, because my understanding, if I have this correct, is that Partey, you don't typically want him to be sitting in front of the back line, do you? Kind of want him to be further up, and if you can, have a player sit behind him so you can push him up the pitch so that he can work with the cam a little bit more.
He does seem to have that discipline, Gary, that he can do a job for the manager.
Yeah, good players can do that. They can multitask and play in different positions on the pitch, right? We say that all the time about some of our young players. You just put them on the pitch and they'll play.
Why not? Definitely, exactly. Why not? Let's push Xhaka out of Arsenal permanently.
Yeah. Well, right now they're just trying to limit the pain. Yeah. All right. So the further up the pitch he is, the less likely he is to get a card.
Pain and limit the pain, Gary. It's like that headache that won't go away. That migraine.
Yeah. I think Barcelona is in the Europa League now, right? So, and Aubameyang's there, right? So I think it's going to be tough for Betis. So.
Yeah, I think we're playing Napoli in the next round as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tony,
I still hate how the Champions League third place teams drop into Europa. Don't like it.
Yeah, I mean it hurt. It hurt. Did Villarreal? Did it hurt them? It did.
It's all about money. It's all about money, Tony, and those big teams having a vote and needing to play more games and needing to stay relevant in Europe.
I mean, if Arsenal played better, it wouldn't have made a difference, right? So it's all
put up assembled comment before it gets redacted.
Xhaka is going nowhere. He's got to go to Roma in the summertime, and if he's staying, he's not going to be a first name on the sheet, Gary.
I don't believe Arsenal can afford to do craziness. They need to make sure first they have a starter and make sure they have a decent backup. And right now, the decent backup would be Xhaka. So I kind of feel like I want to see us improve and not kind of weaken ourselves. Like I'd rather have that. That should be what we do. We
keep him as a squad player next season. Wow. Okay.
Wow, Gary.
If I'd have said that, I feel you would have taken the opposite stance.
No, I would have. Yes, definitely, because you said it. No, I kind of feel like we have lots of stuff we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to get 2 strikers. We know we have a goalkeeper now, so hopefully that works.
We might need 3 strikers, Gary.
We might need three.
We might need to
strikers.
keep one of our strikers, as somebody mentioned earlier.
That's why I
Pepe.
say. That's why I was
Pepe
saying
may
we might
need to
keep a
stay.
striker. We might let Pepe go.
Pepe's not a striker though. At least we don't
No,
use him as one.
no, but I can
Yeah.
speak about him.
Yeah.
Alonso, what have you seen? I'm going to drop out for a second here, but what have you seen from our midfield in the last couple of games with Granit Xhaka playing ahead of Partey and Erdegaard especially stepping forward?
Stepping back, not stepping forward. He's dropping back, covering where Xhaka used to be.
It's not even your question.
No, Erdegaard's not dropping back
Yes, he is. He's been dropping back
into
He's
the left
been-
back position.
He's
No.
been behind, further down the field than Xhaka. Xhaka's been higher up the pitch than Odegaard. Odegaard's been dropping back the last 3 matches. I've commented about it every week.
Because of Cedric, right?
He's been dropping back. And Lacazette's been dropping back. Midfield sucks.
Alonso, what's your thoughts on that midfield? I'll be right back.
I mean, as long as we're making good passes, which we did against Wolves, I don't mind that at all. I think that it keeps Xhaka from getting in trouble. I think that if you look at the positioning, Odegaard played more to the right than he did to the left. Especially when those goals were scored. So I don't see Odegaard playing too much back of Xhaka. I think Xhaka plays his best moving forward. That's just me. I think that the further apart that Xhaka and Partey are playing in the little pivot, I think that Partey also excels. If you look at the passing for that, I believe it was first goal. You see Partey's positioning and you see Xhaka's positioning. It's quite different, and I think that Odegaard's pass to Nketiah was a good pass, right? So it came from the right. Whereas to the left, Xhaka was right near him, I believe, and even still, I think that it's a good move. I think it's a good strategy. So moving forward, it'd be kind of nice to see that moving forward. I think Xhaka is less prone to get tackles in late. I think that Partey is now the one to do that. So seeing Xhaka attack is kind of different. But it doesn't hurt us either. So, I think that Partey did a good job as well on just last Sunday.
Let me throw in another over under 0.5 on Partey to score a goal to score tonight this season. Will he score or will he not? Basically, Granit Xhaka.
Great. You just said Partey, now you said Xhaka.
I meant Xhaka.
I'd go over.
I think he'll score. I think he'll score a goal by the end of the season.
You might score for another team.
Why not? Says Partey under. I'm sorry, I said, but yeah, that's Partey's going to be doing a prime Kepa.
I was gonna do on Partey 0.5 over if he hurts a fan or not, instead of actually scoring.
Xhaka under.
So back to Xhaka, I think that he. Remember that goal that Odegaard missed? I believe Xhaka gave him that ball as well. So you see the little attacking from Xhaka, which is good to see, I guess.
Which one was that?
When Odegaard missed the goal.
Says the man that gives Xhaka a man of the match the last 2 games.
I don't remember with that Erdegaard missing the goal.
Yeah, he missed one over the left crossbar.
Oh. Yeah, it looked like a pass, but it hit the crossbar. Yeah.
No. Xhaka passed it to Odegaard. Odegaard missed it, barely missed it.
Against Brentford?
Against Wolves.
Against Wolves. Yeah, the one where he clips the looking shot and it hits off the angle. Yeah.
Mr. Tom's got one of those bets where if you bet like $100, they give you like $90.
A parlay.
You're stupid enough to to make a bet. They just take your money. I don't even say just take your
100
money.
down to win 90. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
I always hate those stupid bits.
Yeah.
but it's supposed to be pretty much a slam dunk. That's what they say. Um, anyway, yeah. Gary? What formations should Arsenal try? Do you think? You wanted to maybe take Lacazette out of the lineup. Would you go for a 4-2-2-2 lineup?
Mm.
Interesting. That way
Well,
you get Odegaard and Smith Rowe as your eights, and your Xhaka, Partey sixes, and then you got maybe a Saka and Martinelli up
yeah. I
front.
mean, is it the Burnley match, right, where we had much more of the control, and we had a Lacazette who couldn't do anything, right? I think that was one of those games where you kind of looked at it and said, you know what, that's probably a game you don't need Lacazette for because we're controlling the game, controlling the possession. We just need somebody who's going to be able to put the ball in the net, and that might be a game for Pepe to come in and start, and and rest Lacazette, right? We've never seen that type of risk from our manager, so I don't expect it. But that would be when you would use it. If it was me, that would already been something you would have seen already. And then because Pepe should play, he needs to play. So somehow you need to get it.
He needs to play, but he's not going to play.
No, I know, but he needs to play, and that's and supposedly he is making it known he's doing whatever he needs to do for Arteta in practice, which seems to be the only way you get on the pitch. So if that's the case, then he should get some game time.
I agree with Stan. That's what I would do, but
4-1-3-2. So I believe some people have verbalized it's right now we're playing a 4-1-4-1. Whether that's true or not, but I see it more of as a 4-3-3, but you have two of the midfielders pushed further up, and then Partey's anchoring everything.
It's all hybrid because you got Lacazette dropping back, you got Odegaard dropping back. It's fluid.
Yeah, I mean, our formations change in and out of possession, right? So
yeah, a 4-1-3-2. That would be Xhaka on the left, Odegaard and Emile Smith Rowe, central and right, and then two strikers essentially, or two wingers as the two. But it will never happen, says Stan.
Yeah, because who's the two at the top?
It could be Martinelli, it could be Pepe, it could be Saka and Martinelli.
And be ESR and Saka would be with that too.
Question: who do you believe was Arsenal's last decent central midfield partnership? Santi and Coquelin. Was it Coquelin and Santi?
Maybe Wilson and Song.
No, I mean after that you have Santi Cazorla, and I think Santi Cazorla when he was on.
He was on.
Like we're saying, the most recent, right? So the most recent would be Santi and whoever you put next to him. It doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
I'd say Rosicky and Carzola when they're both healthy playing together.
But Carzola and Rosicky were both attacking midfielders.
Rosicky was probably more of an attacking winger or midfield type than Cazorla was more central, a little bit deeper.
He's more defensive. He's actually defensive. That's how he did the hold-up play, playing deep.
Santi Cazorla was defensive midfielder.
Yep. He was.
Okay,
please vote on this guy.
I was looking at Big's Gunner's comment. Like he said earlier, who is teaching these guys and practicing with our players to shoot? They are never ready to shoot. One, and two, they're just terrible. I mean, Partey, terrible. Is that what the answer to that is in the North Bank? Yes. That's
all of the above.
Nothing yet,
But
unfortunately.
Gary, Tony and I did not confer on what shirt to wear, so that's a little bit scary. We're both
That
wearing
is like a little. Yeah, I
It's
would
not
be. I would be.
scary.
I would be concerned, Ray. You are almost in sync with Tony. I mean, that's everybody. You've seen it here. The demise of Ray. He's gone full Tony. He'll be Tony soon.
He was supporting freedom fighter Tonsky after he
Exactly. Yeah.
absolutely
defected to the Ukraine.
stand with Ukraine
Proceed.
and all those poor souls over there.
Yeah. No,
Against
Stan Viera and Petite. That's a long time ago.
Vera.
We're talking about the most recent one that was actually decent, right? And
I would have said I would have said Song and Wilshire, but what if Diaby stayed healthy and you had a Song and Diaby, right? That would have been fantastic to see. But Diaby was always hurt, and Song was he was good. He was very underrated at the time.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on formations, Tony? Keep us on track here.
For me, I don't like the formation. Doesn't work good enough. What I would do, that's our share on the left, Suck on the right, lock it behind, then Odegaard and Party together. Then all the rest of it, normal back five. There you go.
yeah, but Uncle Artie isn't gonna leave out his son. So
Odegaard's been playing box to back the last 3 games, so might as
but
well.
it's not. But that's not his son.
I know. Apparently Ray is, right?
Ray knows Uncle Artie just will not part with his son. So
Which one? Who's his son? Xhaka?
yeah,
Brother Xhaka? No, listen. It's gotta be the end. It's gotta be the end. These next 14 games. Yes.
Yeah.
Xhaka may
It's
be,
not that be the end. I agree with Gary.
but Xhaka may be our second best midfielder outside of Odegaard and Partey. If I'm including
That
Odegaard.
would be third.
Yeah, but
You
Odegaard's
said
more
second best midfielder, then you was 2 ahead.
Odegaard's not really a midfielder.
He's been playing box to box midfielder. What the fuck are you talking
Odegaard's
about?
not a central midfielder.
they know you're gonna he keeps changing the goalpost. Don't worry about it, Tony.
The best 2 defenders, 2 best midfielders, then you name 2 ahead of him.
So we haven't had, basically they're saying we haven't had a midfielder for like what 10 years or something like that. Gotta be more than 10 years, right? We're talking Vieira.
Vieira, Petit, maybe Fabregas and Vieira, although they never really complemented each other so really that
I
well.
agree with assembled Vera and
You know what?
Gilberto.
Yeah. Flamini is it Flamini? He was
Lamini and Fabregas.
yeah.
That was a good pairing. Let's not forget Sandy Cazorla. It was the season that Leicester would go on to win the league.
Yeah,
Ray.
really.
How about Song and Arteta? They weren't bad. It was Arteta's first year at Arsenal, and I believe Song had assists as a CDM.
Yeah, a lot of assists that season. Tony has got plenty of questions to answer. Indeed. Should we jump into the talk about the Premier League for a little bit, and then we'll get back to Arsenal for a little bit after that. Alonso. So Leicester are playing at home to Leeds United. We have to make Mr. Tom a little bit happy here. How can Leeds bounce back?
Well, Leicester is struggling right now, so I think Leeds are due for a win. So I give Leeds a win for this one.
Tony, what have you got? Leeds playing away to Leicester City. Leicester beat Burnley earlier in the week in one of Burnley's rescheduled fixture, and Vardy scored in a 2-0 win.
Hey, let me bring up the whole fixture links first.
Oh, here we go.
Hold my beer, we'll wait. Mr. Tom said we need to punch Leicester in the face. 2-2, says Riddy.
Well, to me, I just looked at it. This is a double feature. This is movie one of our double feature, our matinee of Who Gives a Fuck Game of the Week.
Oh, okay. Double feature.
Sorry, Mr. Tom, but
Mr. Tom does.
Mr. Tom,
does.
I'm sorry, it's gonna be a draw.
Hey, he'll probably take that, Gary.
yes, he would.
Mr.
Yeah.
Tom, if we give you a draw on that, would you take it? A team of Stevie Wonders would beat Burnley. Yeah, indeed. I think there's going to be some kind of a, manager gets sacked. You get a reaction from the players, Gary, irrespective of who's going to take the team. I'm not sure if Jesse Marsh is going to take the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that might be a little scary for Leeds is didn't Vardy just score?
Mhm.
And you don't want to have him start feeling like he can score and playing at home. Yeah, could be. It won't be scary, but it won't be fun for Mr. Tom if that happens. So now Leeds going to have healthy players. Is the other part to this? I mean, that's the other part, right? That's going to make a difference.
Well, who was the two you were talking about? Was it Bamford and we were talking about on your show?
Phillips. So,
Phillips and Bamford.
yeah. So I don't know if they're in or out. So
It sounded like they weren't going to be ready.
So
I still think Leeds will have enough to get a draw. I'm going to give them a draw, and Mr. Tom will still like us at the end of the day. But
yeah, no, I mean it's not us. It's this is a situation, right?
Yep.
So
I actually screwed up. It's a triple feature this week.
oh no, there's more than one.
As Mr. Tom said, Burnley, a team of Stevie Wonders would beat Burnley. So, Gary, does Chelsea go to Burnley and win?
Say it again, because so everybody kind of.
Are Chelsea going to go to Burnley and win?
No, it's really it's a really tough fixture going to Burnley, right? It's tough to play away in the Premier League. Yeah, Chelsea be fine. They'll win that.
Okay, I'm going to clip this one. I'll clip this.
I mean, personally, I don't want them to win.
Sarcastic answer.
We are. Well, we're talking Burnley, right? We're talking Burnley.
Yeah.
Talking Burnley, right? One of the Well, you know what they need to get some
Where
out of
you
this.
flip?
If they win it, then they and the Everton struggle, they could be out of the relegation zone. So
You're starting to talk like Tony now. That's scary.
I already told you Chelsea's going to win.
Yes, we got an answer.
I said it already.
You just don't pay attention to who I pick, Ray. You have to ask me 3 times every time.
I think Burnley will get a result in this game.
Well,
yeah, I've said it.
So you should clip that, right?
Yep. I always like watching this back on Saturday as the results come through. You know what I mean?
BDS don't have an owner. You quickly to screw up.
Alonso, Chelsea go to Burnley.
I'm hoping that Burnley win because I think that if we beat our games that are in hand, which is one of them was Chelsea, we could catch Chelsea as well. So I think that we shouldn't be aiming just for 4th place. I think 3rd place is more is
on the table. It's not off the table.
So it's not. Yeah. So it's doable. It's doable to go to 3rd place.
As Gary said, let's just keep winning. Let's keep winning. We can't control what other teams are doing, but we're definitely going to enjoy their mishaps. Man United last week against Watford. We don't want to be Man United this Sunday.
And also, like, I think that, with Chelsea, everything is going on there. I think that it could be a distraction for Chelsea as well. So,
Hmm.
you gotta hope that that's the case, because we all don't like Chelsea, right? Because they're rivals, and we don't like when our rivals do well, except when they play Tottenham. And they beat Tottenham, right? So, it is what it is. So, any time Chelsea loses well is a good thing too.
Mr. Tom, if Arsenal don't beat Watford, you will cry. And if Arsenal don't beat Watford, we definitely won't be talking about top four. I believe it's really important to win this game on Sunday. You can't drop these kinds of points, even if it's just going to be two of them. Um, Tony, Chelsea
Chelsea.
early? Chelsea, okay. Tony, start us off with Villa at home to Southampton. We just talked about Southampton having a very, very good season so far. Southampton ninth place. Steven Gerrard struggling a little bit in 13th.
I think it's gonna be a draw.
Gary,
Yeah, I can see that draw.
I think Aston Villa will beat Southampton at home.
Is that your upset pick?
No, I might actually go for Burnley, but I haven't decided that yet.
Yeah, I say that and actually pick it. And you never give me my 11 fucking points, but hey, that's a different story.
I still have this banner because I felt like you would do this to me, and it's still the banner's still here, right? So let me find it where it tells me who picked Burnley for that game, and you're not on the list. Sorry.
You just messed up on your Menudo notebook, right?
It's right there. That was the Burnley Tottenham game for 11
I told you after the
big
first time
points.
you posted that, right after every game. You're
Gary and
wrong.
I did, but Gary and I didn't pick it, but Matt, Stan, Mahir, and Sam.
And Tony picked it.
Tony, you have to go to the videotape, dude.
I threw the challenge flag to begin with.
Show me where.
I thought, show me what, where I threw a challenge flag?
Show me where you said you picked Burnley versus Tottenham, and I will gladly give you those points.
I'm not going to look through all our chat messages to find it. If they had a
Even if
search
you
function,
had 11 points, you'd still be in fifth place.
it'd be 79 points, which it should be. You let fucking Sam pick Arsenal after he already knew all the players were out. You let him pick it fucking 30 minutes before the game. Come on, Ray.
It sounds like sour grapes. That's all I'm saying.
It's another Salhurst Park screwed up.
Villa versus Southampton. Who did I not ask yet?
Me,
Right, Alonso. Villa versus Southampton.
I'm going for Southampton.
Let's just get through this last 20 minutes here. Let's tough it out, Gary. Come on.
Yep. Do you any of you guys agree with Stan on this one?
With Abramovich gone, there is no pressure on Tommy Tickle. I think they will start to drop points without the strict governance. Gary, he's sitting in a position where he can't really improve his position in the league.
What do you mean? If he doesn't win, then he definitely can improve.
He's not going to get second place, and he's not going to get first. Chelsea are not going to get second or first. So there's a situation now where Chelsea will start to look at cup competitions and favor those things.
Mm.
Gonna
I know.
favor.
I just kind of feel like a losing trend just trickles into everything else you do. So I can't see taking games off. We already went through this before. It's a cup game, so we'll take it easy. We won't even care about it. Or it's a Premier League game when we have a cup game coming up. Let's take it a little bit easy. No, you can't do that. I don't think you can do that. If he is a good manager, his team will be up for playing no matter what game it is.
I
And
didn't see the
you never know. You never
I
know.
didn't see the Luton game, but did they play well against Luton in the FA Cup?
No, I think they were down. They were down, right? They were
Yeah.
down. They were down 1-0. Then the goalkeeper came out, if I recall, right? They were able to tie it up, and I think the Luton was able to score again, go up 2-1. I think the goalkeeper makes mistakes, made a mistake, and then they tied it up and then got another goal. So yeah, they had to fight in that game.
I don't know so much if it's with Abramovich going to be gone, but I think the players will take their foot off the pedal in terms of the league.
I disagree. I think I can win every game until May.
They
Every
can,
late game.
will they? They can, but will they? You
I
know,
think I will.
if they don't finish the league in third place under Thomas Tuchel, then they'll have taken their foot off the pedal.
Come on, call him Tommy Tickle. It's his name.
Tommy Tickle. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens to Chelsea if Arsenal can actually close the gap on Chelsea and make third place even a fight. You know what I mean? Norwich versus Brentford. I know this is the second one in the triple
Chelsea
header.
have a very easy schedule. You missed that part, Ray.
Yeah, they do.
Very easy until May.
Burnley's not easy.
Burnley's easy.
To go to Turf Moor and win, that might not be easy for them.
It'll be easy for him.
Okay, we'll see on Saturday. Norwich versus Brentford, Tony. So look at the table every time.
I'm not looking at the table.
What are you looking at?
I'm just looking. This was my second part of our double feature. I think Brentford will win in our second of our matinee of Who Gives a Fuck game of the week.
You're playing like wolves. You're trying to stall for time here.
I picked my fucking game. What do you want?
Time wasting.
I said Brentford. How's that fucking time wasted?
I think Norwich will beat Brentford, Gary.
Wow.
I think Norwich will beat Brentford. Brentford are falling like a stone. They're falling out of the league. And I think
both falling like stones.
Brentford are going to get relegated.
No, I think it'll be a draw. So, yeah.
Brentford have 1 point from 5 games, Tony.
And how many do they have?
What?
And how many does Norwich have? 4?
4 points from those 5 games. I'm not saying it's like.
So, like I said, it's the second game of a
Why are we screaming?
Game of the week. Is it not? Who cares? Let's move on.
Alonso, Norwich are playing at home to Brentford. If they have any hope, if they've got any designs of getting out of the bottom 3, they're going to need to win this game at home to Brentford. Well, we got 6 more games to go.
I'm going for Brentford.
All right. Brentford for Alonso. Newcastle at home to Brighton.
I'm going for Brentford.
14. Yeah, I got that. Newcastle at home to Brighton. Start the next one off, yeah. Tony might interrupt you, so you better get your words in when he can.
I'm going for Brighton. I think they lost last game, right?
I
forgot.
Yeah, they've lost 3 in a row. Brighton have.
I think they're due for a win. I don't really like how Newcastle's been like Manchester City. So, yeah, I'm going for Brighton get a win. I hope they win.
I think that's probably a good shout. I think I'd go for Brighton to beat Newcastle as well. Tony?
Newcastle's won 4 out of 5. Their Qatari slave monies get them another victory here.
Wow, you're right on it there. You must be Newcastle. Must be your second favorite team. You didn't
I
have
hate them. I hate their money. They got 80% of the money in the fucking league, and nobody hates them.
I do.
No, nobody hates him for having that much money. We're
We
gonna
will
talk
grow.
about his great grandpappy here in a second. He's gonna be mad at me.
Gary,
Dirt money.
Newcastle.
I don't like it.
Newcastle Brighton, Gary.
I'm doing Newcastle.
All right, and Wolves at home to Palace, Gary.
Wolves, Palace.
Wolves have lost 3 out of 4, and Arsenal are responsible for 2 of those defeats.
Mm-hmm. And this is okay. It's a Wolves. Yeah, I think Wolves will win this one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Wolves will win this game, even though I think Patrick Vieira's done a very good job there at Palace as well. Alonso?
Who's house been against?
They're playing Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm bowling you.
I'm going for. I think this is an upset special. I'm going for Southampton.
You going for what?
I'm sorry.
Southampton out of Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Wolves.
You going for Palace?
Crystal Palace. Sorry.
All right,
Crystal Palace.
Tony.
Garrett Gibbs is coming in somehow with that one. I don't know. For me, it's gonna be a draw.
2 hours.
It's gonna be Crystal Palace and Vieira's 4th draw out of 6.
Okay. Tony, Liverpool at home to West Ham. We want Liverpool to win that game. I think Liverpool win this game.
Yeah, they should win.
Up at Anfield.
They're going for the league.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a turnaround, Gary. City have been looking really good up until the last few weeks, and Liverpool has just kept going, winning games. Maybe not the best of style, but winning games, and now they're putting City under serious pressure.
Yep. Yeah. No, I think Liverpool will continue to win this one for sure. I mean, I guess somehow City needs to slip up somewhere, right? So.
And
do they play each other? They play each other?
Yep.
Okay, so if they play each other, then what is it? Yeah, and goal. If it comes down to goal difference, Liverpool is winning that. So
they play each other in April.
That should be interesting.
So it's next month already, 5 weeks from now.
Yeah, I think Liverpool has a 3-goal difference on. 3-goal difference.
Goal difference.
Yeah.
Wow. Liverpool have already scored 70 goals.
That's ridiculous, right?
Yeah. In 26 games. That's a little over 2.5 goals.
6 more than City. 6 more than City scored.
Yes, the City are definitely looking over their shoulders now. They have a game in hand. They're going to play each other. Chance to get level. And if Liverpool do get level with City, City will crack, I would think. So Liverpool need to be relentless. I see them winning against the West Ham team that are getting tired. West Ham team are maybe looking at the Europa League as well. And that's the recipe for a Liverpool win. All right. Alonso, Watford. Here's where Watford at home to Arsenal, the mighty Arsenal.
I had Liverpool beating West Ham, by the way.
All right, cool. Sorry.
So
Tony will tell you I forget people from time to time in the rotation.
But I don't take it personal like Tony does, so.
You don't have it happen to you 2 or 3 times in one.
Yes, that is the comment of the night. Thank you, Alonso.
Okay, so
see what you did, Tony. You're not gonna win this one.
So I'm going for Arsenal.
Have you got skipped 3 times? Got repeated 3 times?
No, but I did get talked over like a lot by you, so
Yep.
it kind of balances out, Tony. Way too much too. But I say nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm going for Arsenal to beat Watford by a lot, hopefully. But a win's a win. So
I'm going to take a 3-1 win for Arsenal over Watford. Lacazette on the score sheet. Tony.
Arsenal.
What's your score prediction?
It doesn't fucking matter. 4-0. I want Arsenal Luchador.
Luchador.
Recording.
Oh yeah, after all he's going to turn up for you. Yeah. Okay.
The women keep winning 4-0. The men gotta win 4-0 sometime.
Mr. Tom said it's only because Liverpool have already played Leeds twice, 9 goals against us. Gary, what's your score prediction for Sunday?
3-0 Arsenal.
Whoa, nice one. 3-0. I'm going to go for 3-1. We have been letting goals in here and there, but I really, really hope we have a better defensive record by the end of the season, because then I can come after Tony for last
Really, we're not giving up that many goals.
show. 12 more goals, less than 12 more goals in the remaining 14 games. It's possible.
And we have to play.
Yes.
And we have to play Liverpool and Chelsea. Yes. So.
Yep. It's still possible.
We're fifth. We were third. We went down. It doesn't matter if the goal difference changes. We're fifth in the league in defense.
Yeah.
We have
yes. I get you. Let's see where we are at the end of the season, Tony. Let's send Watford to the Championship and Hodgson to the retirement home. And I like Roy Hodgson, but I want to see them beaten on Sunday.
Yeah, no, we need to come out and make up. At some point, we're going to make up for all the goals we keep missing. So
we're going to have a field day.
Let's start it this weekend.
If we're a good team like we should be, if we're going for top 4, we should be dispatching a team like this 3-1.
The Battle of Manchester's a draw, right?
3-0. All right, 1-1, City United. Gary?
I'm not okay. I can't go for United is not going to win. So let's just say that. So yeah.
2-1 win to City, I would say. Alonso, don't know if you're there, but Tottenham, Everton, Tony.
Tottenham.
I think Everton will get a draw there at White Hart Lane.
Is that your upset?
No.
What's your upset?
I might go for Burnley. I haven't committed to it yet.
You better write it down and make sure you have it in stone and concrete.
Gary, with his chuckle, pushed me into maybe going for Burnley. that would be my weekend, Gary.
Come on, Ray, commit.
That would be crazy if they did.
Get it down in stone so we know, Ray.
Even a draw would be something.
That would be something, yeah.
I'm
not. I can't ever cheer for that team. So Everton's what? Is Everton home?
Nope.
No. So yeah, the draw. Then they gotta get the draw. It's gonna be like a 2-0, that team up, and then like usual, they're gonna let a team back in and split the points. So.
All right, that's it. We want to talk about anything else?
What did you guys talk about? Did I miss it? So I didn't miss anything from the time I was away?
We talked a little bit about ticket prices. Well, you covered that already on your show.
We talked about the 20th anniversary of Bergkamp's wonder goal.
Tony did. Yeah, we talked about the FA Cup a little bit as well.
Ray skipped over Chelsea.
I skipped over Chelsea. I went back to get Gary. I picked up Gary.
You skipped it for like 35 minutes, right? You wanted to keep a nice script.
Yeah.
Well, just
Ray with a hand grenade, pulled the pin and kept it in his hand.
You guys talked about Guendouzi and Mavropanos are officially gone.
Tony brought up Guendouzi, but for me, it's not really a talking point. I decided that he's never been that good for Arsenal. You either love Guendouzi or you hate
Well, it's not
Guendouzi.
Arsenal. It's not that good for Arteta. This is not doesn't.
He
He's
was
def-
worth 50. There's a reason he was worth 50 million at a point, right?
All right, Riddy. Have a good night. See you.
Thanks, Riddy.
Yeah.
Are you not gonna put a backstage pass up, Ray?
Yep, I'm putting it in now.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's one of those things. It seems like it's been a long time since we played. Right.
10 days. It'll be 10 days. Yeah, it's probably a good point, Gary. And there is something to be said about that. You either get a little bit rusty, or the rest does you good for
Yeah. I
time.
mean, we're playing a team that we need to come out fast on, score. Like play those first 10 minutes like we usually do, and get a goal, and then maybe get another goal. And by the time they look around where they're down 2-0, and we got control of the match. So
Who's the left winger Sunday?
What?
Who's the left winger?
Choice.
Emil Smith Rowe keeps the spot. Gary, Emil Smith Rowe or Martinelli?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been wanting them to rotate, so I want Saka to sit. But everybody's gonna say, "Oh, he's been out for 10 days." Well, Martinelli needs to play, and they need to rotate at some point. Somebody needs to come off the bench and make a difference. So can't always be.
He's too, but it's
That'd be Martinelli.
Uncle Hardy.
Huh?
Why can't that be Martinelli?
It's a
Why
mute
can't
point
that be
with
Emil
Uncle Hardy.
Why can't that be Saka?
No, because Emil
It should
Smith
be
Rowe.
Saka.
You get in the
It should be
team and you
Saka.
play well. You get in the team, you play well. You should stay in the team.
Why can't Saka sit then?
I agree with Gary. That's who said.
If you think
Should,
if
but
you
it's a
think if
mute
you
point.
think Martinelli can sit, then why can't Saka sit?
I agree.
I mean, I think somebody needs to sit, and
No,
it's not.
listen.
it's not
Here's my point, Tony. Pepe came on and scored a goal, and he assisted a goal. Shouldn't that allow him to start the next game? Emil Smith Rowe scored a goal. Emil Smith Rowe scored a goal. Shouldn't he start the next
Marcus has
game?
scored 3 goals in the first 3 games
Oh
last
my
season.
God.
No. Don't go into your history books. We're talking about 2 games ago.
It's Arteta. He does not like Pepe. Get over it.
No, Tony. No.
No, he
He
says
likes
he does.
Pepe.
He actually said that Pepe is. He's actually.
Then why
talked
didn't he start
positively
against
about him.
Brentford? Why wasn't he the fucking striker against Brentford?
He's not a striker. He's not a striker,
He's played there.
but he's not a striker. Not in Arteta's offense, he isn't.
Tony, I'm being consistent when I say Pepe should start over Saka because he scored a goal and he
Yeah.
had an assist against Wolves.
But
I'm being
also,
consistent when Emil Smith Rowe should start because he scored a goal against Brentford in his last game.
but also, I think Saka needs rest too, and Saka's been starting for consecutive games. I think
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's a mute point.
But Tony, I'm talking.
If
to
he
you,
was
man.
a rest
I'm talking,
Saka, he'd
Tony.
already
Tony, I'm
done.
talking.
Tony,
You know
Tony.
my point, dude. Like, Saka needs a rest, right? So Pepe, this
He's
is a
needed a
perfect.
rest since the season began. He hasn't gotten one. Move on.
I'm gonna finish what I have to say, Tony. All right.
It's a
Pepe
mute
should
point.
he ought to start.
Tony,
For you, it is, yes, but that's
Tony.
me. So
All right, Lonzo.
Pepe needs to play, right? He needs to start some games now because season's getting to a point where we're gonna need more Pepe if he's gonna succeed at Arsenal. The only way he's gonna do that if he starts every so often. And Saka does need to rest, right? So that Emil's folks could easily start as well, Tony. And maybe Arteta could experiment one day and just put Martinelli down the middle. You never know. My point being is Saka needs rest as well. So
He's needed rest the entire season. He hasn't gotten it.
Tony, I'll just say one thing. If everything was a moot point, we would have nothing to talk about.
It's
You
a
know?
mute point.
Why
Gary,
is it? But we can't talk about
Gary
it.
has been calling for him to get rested the entire season. I've been calling for it. It hasn't happened.
All right, that's like saying
If it was
you
a
want-
happen, it should have happened at Brentford.
that's like saying Granit Xhaka is in the
Right,
team.
Gary?
Tony,
Gary,
I'm
if
not. I'm
you're
not
not
telling
resting,
people.
when would you arrest him?
But the same way you're talking, we gotta let other people talk. So that's the point. That's nothing to
Would
do
you
with
arrest
whether.
him?
That's
Would
not
you
the
arrest
point.
Saka
Whatever you
against
have to say
Brentford?
is not the point. The point is everybody should have their say, regardless of
Would
whether
you
you
arrest
agree with
it?
it or
Would
not.
you arrest
So
Saka against Brentford?
thank you, Gary.
Would you
it
arrest him
doesn't. He
against
need. He
Brentford?
needs to rest. I don't care when he gets it, but he needs to rest
Would
sooner
you
than
arrest
later.
him against Brentford?
I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
think of that right now. But he's needed to rest
you
periodically
had Pep.
throughout this
You
season.
had
So
Pepe
yeah.
hot from AFCON. You had Saka that needed a rest, but you didn't rest Saka.
Yeah.
Arteta's not the rest Saka.
Gary, it's Tony binary, and you just can't get through sometimes. It's Tony binary.
You
Well,
hear you
if
telling you that. That's not the point.
somebody explain to me, if Pepe's hot, Saka's tired, then why didn't he start against Brentford?
Here's the thing with Saka. Arteta will keep playing him, and when you think I've
That's
thought,
what I'm saying. It's a mute point. He's not the.
will you let me finish my point though?
He just said he's a play.
You talking about Granit Xhaka not being in the team is a new point as well. But we listened to you.
And I don't know why we do that.
But we listened to you. Right? So you gotta listen to us when
See,
we're
right there, why not sentiment? That's the problem with this whole situation. It's all reactive, right? It's all reactive. The only reason why certain things happen is because a player is not available. It's not because it's actually part of the way that you run your squad, right?
It's not.
Gary.
That's
It's
the
not part
problem,
of
right?
priorities plans.
I think Saka suffers because when he has a bad game, he's still 8 out of 10. When he
But
has
you
a
know
bad
what? I don't want 8 out of 10 Saka. Then I want the good one. You know
but
what I mean?
you don't know till you play him.
No, but you know your players when you see him in practice. I know he doesn't look the same going into a match when he comes out poorly. You know, as a manager, you see this. That's what he's looking at. You know, he'll just pick it up when he gets in the game. 9 times out of 10, probably not. Right? I mean, if that's the case, you know, because Pepe will Pepe will put you in a scoring position anytime he plays.
Saka
Right?
is
And Saka, you know, Saka may not do that. Pepe always does that. Every time he's on the pitch, you know there's a guaranteed opportunity to score, either from him or he will make the necessary pass. He does it all the time.
It just doesn't look as sanitary as Saka, as clean,
What
as
does that
good.
mean? Did you see what Pepe did in the last game? What do you mean? All of that was clean. That was perfect. That's what you want.
But it's not Saka. It's not
Saka
perfect.
Saka can't do that.
It's
He
Pepe.
can't do any of the things that Pepe did in that game. He can't do it.
I completely agree with you. It's
He
just
can't.
perception of the fans.
It's not
Perception
perception.
of
It is
Pepe.
what it is. Pepe is a finisher. Saka is not.
All three of us had Pepe with 10
I agree with
plus
you.
goals and 10 plus assists.
I agree with you, but
Arteta hasn't played him, so
both
he's failed
of them do not
miserably
get on
this
the
year.
same team as well. That's the issue.
Yeah.
When we know Pepe,
If you
can
want to
play
score
on
a
the
goal, you put Pepe in. That's the thing. If you want to play Arteta ball, then you put Saka in. But if you want to score a goal, you put Pepe in.
Mm-hmm. I've seen Saka drop 2 threes. The Wolves game.
You know, and that's the thing. He'll give you 2 threes for most of the game, but like Pepe, he'll give you what he did at the end of the game. Right? We don't score if he doesn't take that shot. Right? He puts that shot on goal. The goalie pushes it out. It goes out to Pepe and comes around. We weren't getting that from him in the early parts of the game. So that's the problem. They will eventually get you there, but sometimes they need to. You know, he could have just assumed come off the bench and done the same thing.
Can we
So,
answer Stan's question?
No, we're gonna answer the assembles question first because
And I know I've said this multiple times. It's not rest because they physically can't go. Mentally, they can't go all the time. They're not on always, right?
yeah. The thing with Pepe as well, I don't think Arteta's completely on board, and he
He just
prefers.
said he is. He said he's been saying the reports have been Pepe is ready to go. Pepe is one of the
Edit.
toughest players in practice to
Do
go
you believe
against.
it?
Pepe is doing everything that Arteta is asking him.
But do you believe it? Do you believe what Arteta's
Why
saying?
would Arteta lie?
Because he lies all the time.
I just said. I mean, all the reports are saying Pepe is doing what needs to be done.
I want to
If
see
that
it.
was true, then he would have played against Brentford.
Tony,
Just telling you what's going on.
Tony's binary. Tony binary today. It's all Tony binary.
Tony's battery's fine.
It says Tony. Gary, what do you think of the rumors of Wenger coming back to Arsenal? Says the assembled.
What rumors?
I would welcome it. I would welcome it. I don't think he's going to be.
He's not coming back.
Yeah, but would you like him to come back then? At some point in the future,
Yeah.
in a week. We're on one game of week. Saka is fine. We're on one game a week. Saka is fine. Alonso, would you like to see our Wenger come back?
You know, as a club, as the all-time leader, he's a legend. He is Arsene Wenger, right? So, of course we're welcome him back. I mean, he's Arsenal. He is just generation's Arsenal. So, you know, of course I welcome him back.
Yeah, definitely. Did Stan have a question?
No, I saw it. Like we're saying, what is it here?
Comment of the night. Comment of the night, right here.
Nope.
Tony, you don't have to play every game, Tony.
I'm ready to go. You just, fucking Arteta doesn't like Pepe. Let's get it through. Me, Gary, and Ray there. What did we have? We all had 10 goals plus 10 plus assists.
What is he talking about now? What are you talking about, Tony?
Before the season, all three of us said he'd have over 10 goals and over 10 assists.
Yeah.
All three of us.
I was there. Four of us.
They're going to get there. They're going to get there.
You weren't there. You weren't with us then. So.
Who?
Yeah.
Pepe's not going to get there, Ray.
No, Pepe's not. He's not going to get there now. He would have if he was played.
Yes, he would have. That's the point. He's not playing.
No, I saw there's a comment there. There's a
he's
comment.
hot off AFCON and he doesn't start against Brentford. If he's a starter,
why are we talking about this? It's a mute point, remember? Why are you still talking about it? Oh, okay.
Because Saka's not the rest.
You're still talking about it. It's a mute point.
It's not going to happen.
There's
that comment from Assemble, which I could actually see that. Xhaka gets replaced by Saka. Saka can play anywhere.
On the left side, yeah.
Put him in there. Let him play Xhaka's spot. Maybe even push. Maybe he can play. Push Partey up a little bit. Closer to Emile Smith-Rowe. You know what I mean? So.
Bukayo Saka can play anywhere on the field, pretty much a lot of positions.
Yeah.
Anyone. I think it's time to give Tony a rest for the night as well.
Tony's not.
Tony getting arrested is a mute point.
Tony's an Iron Man.
Thank you, Gary. I think we're going to banter this.
You gotta banter.
Mute point.
It's a mute point. Oh man, we there's all this love here, man. It's just love. It's all.
How many minutes has Pepe gotten?
Oh, you're still on this Pepe thing, man. It's a mute point.
Yeah, I feel like this was a lackluster podcast. We'll make up for it. We'll make up for it on the weekend with some more.
I thought, I know Saka played a lot of minutes, but I think White has played the most minutes this season, I believe. So yeah.
Would be Ramsdale, wouldn't it?
Saka's placed the most minutes, 5,000, and the
Well, I
most,
mean, outside the goalkeeper. I mean, do you
I
really
think.
count the goalkeeper?
I
Are you
think.
talking about minutes?
Oh, you're talking about maybe season?
Yeah, for the season. Yeah,
No, for his career,
for the
5,000 minutes.
season. Oh wait, 5,000 minutes.
Yeah, because I think
Oh,
he only gets
oh,
some
okay. I
like
didn't see that part.
3,000 minutes a season
Okay.
max, or something like that. You know, you do that.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous. We don't need to play him that much, and as much as we keep saying it's a week between games, it does wear on you mentally.
If you play 90 minutes for 38 games, is 3,420 minutes.
Yeah.
Just for context, there. Um,
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, I think it's time to put this podcast out of its misery. This show.
Were we really that poor? What do we get? Do we get a 2 out of 3 or
Listen,
2-3?
I feel like I was pretty poor. It wasn't a great podcast, but thanks everyone for watching. I will have the honesty from myself. I didn't think it was great.
Hey Ray, I thought you did a great job, Ray.
Thanks, Alonzo. Thanks,
Amazing job.
Tony, you were Tony.
Tony. You were Tony.
Oh, it's Thursday, Tony.
You were a Tony binary, and it's a new point. Those are the things you're going to take. Oh my God! Hashtag
Well, I
mute
was gonna say
point.
thank you to everybody that joined us. Hopefully, you'll come back and see us again on Sunday after we get that win. I want to see tons. I want us to be talking about goals and missed goals and goals and missed goals and goals.
All right, so
Basically,
Hey, I want to talk about the goal that Xhaka's going to score from 4 yards out.
oh no,
Mr. Tom, you told each and every one of us that we were your favorite, but you get one vote for tonight. Who was your favorite out of the four of us?
no, he doesn't need to answer that and make you cry. So that's all right.
Tony was everything I expected and so much more. Hashtag it's a mute point. It's going to be trending. Yes, we will refund your plane ticket on Sunday. Come and see us then. Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, it's got to be 3 points, everyone, on Sunday against Watford, the second bottom team. Say good night, Tony.
Good night, Tony.